Hello there, Yellow Chairians. Welcome to the Yellow Chair classroom, and this is the grammar part of Dick Whittington story. It includes grammar and activities related to the classic Dick Whittington. Check out the previous video before you proceed with the second part. Only if you know the story very well, this video will be useful. I have given a detailed explanation in written about the grammar part from Dick Whittington. Hope children you find it entertaining and easy to understand. It will be a big source of encouragement for me if you comment, share and subscribe. Now let's go into the video and start doing the written activities. The list of tenses should also be practiced well. Now we will learn the verbs and tenses briefly. Tense indicates the time of action or an event. Tense indicates the time of action or an event. There are three important tenses: present, past and future. Verbs in simple present tense indicate habits and general truths. Habits means when we say the present tense indicates habits, then it is like this: the action of the noun, which is a routine, a daily habit, is known as simple present tense. For example, I go to school, she plays in the garden, they work in the farm, and the cow gives milk. The cow gives milk is also a habit, but it's also a general truth. General truth is, yes, the cow gives milk. The sun rises in the east. The stars twinkle. The cats mew. The dogs bark. All these are general truths. You should understand a rule that I, you, we, they plus verb form a simple present tense, and then he, she, it and name plus verb plus s also form a simple present tense. For past tense, noun or pronoun plus had forms a past tense. Now we will see the past tense. Verbs in simple past tense indicate action that happened in the past. Here the verbs ends with ed for all nouns and pronouns. Nina played in the garden. They played in the garden. That is, you add ed to the verb. The action is already completed, and this is known as the past tense. Verbs in simple future tense indicate an action that will happen in the future. Nina will play in the garden this evening. This above action has not started, and so it is called future tense. Now, let me conclude the episode. What I feel is one of the easiest ways to teach and learn grammar is through stories. I bet you must have enjoyed the story as well as the activity. Okay, hello Charians. Shall meet you in a short time with another interesting story. May or may not be a classic, but will definitely keep you engrossed. Keep guessing until it's time. And thank you for watching my video. See you soon. Thank you.